You know what? Escape from Tarkov is an engrossing and thought-provoking game where you dive into a random part of the map, scavenge for loot, hunt other players. But what would happen if a certain individual would choose to challenge himself? So I set up a challenge for myself to use a pistol only. Oh boy, and let's just say I wanted to smash my table to bits and pieces. But anyway, let's get right into the gruesome parts. First game of the day, my plan was set in motion. I spawned in right next to the UN roadblock. I planned to go towards the military camp, but first I made my way towards the closest stash that I knew. I'm pretty sure I picked customs, and then I'm like, wait, how the heck did I end up here? Come on. But little did I know, it had nothing good in it. It was pure garbage. After looting the stash, I remembered that there were two weapon boxes that I could access. They were near the rough roadblock. Ooh. Now here is a prime example how messed up Tarkov servers are most of the times. Well, not most of the times, but sometimes. Wait, moving on. Well, I'll take it. So now that after I was done looting the military boxes and the one stash, I decided to go towards military camp. And that's where I met my first enemy of the day, actually. That was a player. Yeah, was a player. We got a player. Light bleeding. Come on, you should have something for me. Let's bleed this one. So that was my first kill of the day. I was quite excited. So after I finished looting him, I decided to go see if he left any scraps in the military camp. Still not the things I'm looking for, but oh damn. But first I had to fix myself up, you know, use the cheese. It's a term for medical kit in this game, I think. But yeah. After that, I was good to go inside the military camp. But it turned out that he actually wiped the place clean. The only things that were left there were stuff that I actually didn't want to take. So I decided to head on. He did hit me pretty hard though, because I didn't bring a bandage. I had to use a saliva. It's another medical kit thingy. So I had to use it to keep my health up so I wouldn't die on my way towards outskirts so I could extract, you know. One thing I forgot to mention. I hate scavs in this game. They come out of nowhere. Sometimes you hear them, sometimes you don't. Luckily, this wasn't the worst encounter I had with a scavenger. You'll see it later in the video. After searching his whole body and not finding a bandage, I decided I have to get to the extract zone way quicker. So I just started running again. I noticed my health getting quite low, so I decided to go behind this rock to use the saliva to heal me up again. But I didn't think there was such a hole there, so I just fit in there. Okay, time to go survival. Fucking eat it. I finished healing the last of my body parts with the saliva, but then I noticed I couldn't get out. I had to lie all the way down so I could go out backwards, otherwise I would have just been stuck in there. Luckily at this point the extraction zone wasn't that far from me, so I thought that this was gonna be the last time I healed myself, and I just kept running. The outskirts extraction zone was just a few steps away, so I just sprinted towards it, laid down, and escaped. I was quite happy because it was a successful run, you know. And it was the first run as well. It gave me motivation to keep going. Time that everything turned over. Who did I kill? Yusek Chokla. Nice. So I started another game. Looted up. Killed some scavs at Scav Town. Ran away. Tried to go towards extraction. But little did I know that was gonna be the only successful run I had that day. You know what? I'll just roll the clips. Hell, what the heck was that? Wait, they're players, right? They're not scavs, right? They're players. Yeah, they're players. What?
Surprise!
This was also recorded during nighttime. That one scav that just phased through the door, I almost shit my pants. I mean, I almost shat my pants. But do you think that's all there is? No. Of course, there had to be a player next to me. What a surprise. I died again. No, those are players, right? And of course again. Okay, you know what? Let's stop with the death clips. I'm just gonna show you something happy that happened, something funny that happened, that actually made me kept going again because like for the first time I was like, okay, Tarkov is actually fun as well. How many are there? What the heck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of them. Oh my god. Come on. Just shoot for me, please. Just once. I'll give you a... I'll give you an Apollo cigarette back. Or actually no, you guys want you want some vodka? Shoot once if you want vodka. These are some true Ruskies. They rush B. What the heck? Let's get right back to the news. So even after all of these negative fights that I mean negative as in the fights that I lost kept happening, I even won some fights. After looting the first scab I killed right after jumping in the game, I went into the bunker to see if I could find anything useful there. I did manage to find some stuff down there, but none of them were really that useful for me. Yeah, don't question why I had to inspect the water purifier. Like I said, I'm a noob at this game. To my surprise, right after I got out of the bunker, I heard my first gunshot from a player. So I went closer to investigate it. I started shooting at him, but immediately after I shot the first shot, I knew that I was gonna lose the fight if I stay in the open field. So I decided to play with the surroundings and just switch my position. While I was sneaking towards the end of the wall, I saw a little crevice or a little gap between the wall, whatever you want to call it. And I saw him aiming towards the place where I first shot him. So I knew that this was my only chance to kill him. Okay. After killing him and opening his inventory, I was so excited that I got a kill after a while. I was just so excited that I could just jump out of my chair. But you know what they say, the show must go on. So after I finished looting him, I just went to another place to loot. But before that, right when I finished looting the body, well, almost finished looting the body, a sneaky little scab started shooting at me. After trying to search for the body for a while, I just gave up. No point in searching anymore. Just wasting my time. Just kidding. I found the body like 2 minutes later. The things with scavs is that you barely get any good loot from them, but most of the times they come with guns that have scopes on them. So pretty much, if you don't know how much the gun is worth, just know that the scope is going to be worth at least something, so take the scope. And that's what I did, you know. I just took the scope. After running for quite a bit, when I took a few steps ahead, I heard a noise around me. And the worst thing that could happen in Tarkov just happened to me. This mama's boy broke one of my legs. And that means what? I cannot run anymore. If only I would have been smarter enough to bring a kit with me so I could fix my broken legs. So that way I could run at least. But no. Sometimes we all make stupid mistakes. Out of bullets and after I finished healing myself as best as I could, like, I'm not a medical doctor or anything, you know, I'm just a civilian. I wanted to go check out my loot, and I'll be damned, I actually liked it. Oh no, of course you have to be full inventory, right? At this point, I was just so overwhelmed. I couldn't decide what I should take or what I should leave. But I just followed my instincts, you know, and I took what I thought was more expensive or more useful to me. Like, legit, how would you know what item to take if it's like your third day of playing Tarkov? Like, there's so much on the screen that I just don't know what to take. So anyway, after I was done looting, I thought that the best move would be just to try to extract. So I was skimping my leg all the way somewhere. I saw that my stamina was running low, so I had to take a little breather and just wait for my stamina to regain a bit and just look at my surroundings. And there it was, the person on the hill. I didn't see him at first until he started shooting at me. But we all know how that ended. Right? 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 Well, just in case you don't believe me, I'm still gonna show the end clip for this. I died because someone broke my legs. Do you know what the fuck that reminds me of? The last clip? It's just like the last clip where I spawn in. I spot a scav and I kill him. Then I take his loot. His precious loot. Wat swing hierbij? Naast de bagger. Oh, this is nice. Decent. Oh, I'll take the money. And to my surprise, I managed to meet the player. You are probably wondering why I'm running around like this. It's when I shift and R at quick reload, so it drops the old mag, you know. Plus, I somehow managed to kill him. Heavy bleeding. Tell me you have something for me. As you saw, I have a heavy bleeding. But you probably guessed it as well. He doesn't have an S mark, right? So as the goblin I am, anything at all, I try to loot him fully and then search for an S mark as quickly as possible.
Hey, guess what? I never found one. And I died.
Well, it wasn't a slow death. I mean, it wasn't a fast death. It was a slow death. But in the end, I just decided to take some painkillers and then, just run until I'm dead. So what's the moral of the story, huh? In the end, while I played Tarkov for 4 days straight, or was it 5? I got better at the game. I got used to the Glock and I actually started getting some kills.
Ooh.
And if you guys don't believe me that that was
Was
a
it player?
player, here's the proof.
Oh, this was a player.
So, what's the moral of the story then, huh? I guess everyone makes mistakes and it's alright. Like, come on. Even if me, the doob, can get some kills, everyone can get some kills. Overall, I think the pistol challenge went really well. Pistols in Tarkov are decent. Oh, and I died again, of course.
Why? What's the timing?
But you know what? That's all for me.